Hey, it's right. Oh, my light's on, but I guess it's alright. I wasn't going to make a video today. I wanted to chill, but I got to learn you something if you want to learn. Real common sense stuff and mailbag I got. It's like $15. This is supposedly an ozone generator, and it has a little fan in it, I guess. It makes ozone. Unlike the air purifier, it makes ozone and it makes anions, they say it is, which is like these. This is not an ozone generator. This just puts out negative ions, which will hook up to the positive ions and dust particles. And dust particles, if they get neutralized, they fall to the floor. So, and that's a fact. You neutralize dust particles, you're statically charged. That's why they float around everywhere. You neutralize them with a positive and negative, and they fall. All your dust falls to the floor. Pretty much, in the area you're doing. But ozone is what I want. Ozone kills basically, enough ozone will kill a human. Ozone is what protects our whole planet, okay? The ozone layer and this whole bullshit Green New Deal, reduce carbon, the element carbon, no carbon on the planet. You have to have zero carbon emissions. Carbon is needed. Okay, I'll tell you. But carbon depletes the ozone in the atmosphere, which is causing global warming, and the whole world's going to be flooded before, 30 years ago? This all crap started in 1979 or 80, and it's a big, blatant freaking lie. Yeah, there's my hole in my hand from working on my pickup. Okay, here's the truth. We're going to test this ozone generator. I have a big ozone generator. I got ADD. I want to say what I say, and I get ahead of myself. Okay, but carbon. Got to lower the carbon footprint. All the humans, all the animals, the cow parts, methane has carbon. Carbon monoxide comes out of the tailpipe of your car. Carbon dioxide comes out of when I breathe out. Every living animal that breathes out and uses oxygen, here's the kicker. Nobody ever asked this question to these Green New Deal carbon, we gotta reduce all of it. Nobody has common sense because they don't even know frickin' goddamn chemistry and biological chemistry stuff and the way nature actually works. Natural survival works. Humans need oxygen, right? To breathe in. And every time I breathe in, my body takes the oxygen out of the air, and when I exhale, the oxygen is absorbed into my whole body, my bloodstream, everything, to keep me alive, and the byproduct of the transformation of that oxygen through my body is carbon. Carbon dioxide. It's carbon-based element, okay? Every time your human body breathes in oxygen, O2, it's transformed through your body through chemical reactions and the way things come out in the human body. You breathe out, and any animal, any living animal, you breathe out carbon dioxide, okay? That's carbon. Carbon dioxide from vehicles, but it's carbon-based. Now here's the kicker though. You look right out here, you see what all this is? What color do you see? You see the sunshine? Open the door, it's like 92. It's toasty. Oh yeah, there's a little wind. But look what you see, the bluish sky with a little white haze, few clouds. Look all around, green. That's living plants, that's foliage, that's plants, the trees. Living green organisms, okay? Living plants. Living plants don't need oxygen. These living plants make oxygen. They need carbon. They need carbon-based carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide in lower quantities. It's the circle of life that God made just so awesome, okay? I breathe in oxygen that these plants are making. Without any living plants on the planet, we all suffocate. Without oxygen, humans suffocate and die. Okay? Without carbon, all the plants die. You could have all the oxygen you want on this freaking planet, and if there's no carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide, every plant is dead. It suffocates. Humans take in oxygen from the plants. We breathe it in. We use it to live. We exhale carbon dioxide and different bases of carbon, and actually some carbon monoxide, different, I'm not going into like tool chemistry, freak out, wig out, the whole frickin' system on the chart, We breathe out, and all the animals breathe out carbon dioxide, a form of carbon. These plants, every green living plant needs carbon-based elements to survive, like a human needs oxygen. These plants take in that carbon, they use it for energy, like breathing, like we use oxygen. That's how they live and breathe. And they transform it through their systems into oxygen. That gets put back out into the air, the atmosphere, O2, which we need to breathe. So we got this happy circle going. They need the carbon-based elements to breathe. We need the oxygen elements, their exhaust, basically. So humans breathe in oxygen, breathe out exhaust of carbon. The carbon is absorbed by the plants. They need that to breathe. And the exhaust of plants is oxygen. It's a revolving circle. How come no scumbags ever talk about this green? Oh, we got to reduce carbon footprint. Oh yeah, and the ozone, because it's going to destroy the ozone layer and all this crap. I'll show you ozone in a minute. This is cool. But this is total common sense. If you eliminate all the carbon, every plant on the planet will die because it will suffocate. And if every plant on the planet dies because it suffocates, it doesn't have any carbon-based elements to absorb to live, the byproduct it makes, these plants, is oxygen. That means no oxygen for humans. That means first the plants will die, and then the humans, and the whole planet is, everyone on the planet's going to suffocate. You get it? No oxygen. We have to have carbon-based elements for plants so they can survive, so they can exhaust oxygen that we need to survive and breathe in so we don't suffocate, and then we put out carbon ourselves. Every living animal puts out carbon and exhaust, which is breathing out, even fish in the water and stuff, that they use. Okay, you get it? It's a circle. Carbon needed. Oxygen needed right here. So they put out carbon. We put out carbon. They use it like our oxygen. They emit oxygen that we can breathe off of. And then when we breathe out, we make carbon that they need to breathe. It's a circle. You get rid of all the carbon, you kill every frickin' thing on the planet. First, every plant, every living green thing will frickin' die of fucking suffocation, and then humans will die of suffocation because no oxygen, because there's no plants to make oxygen. Why don't these scumbags just simplify it? And that's true frickin' nature. That's God's way of a continual cycle revolving to keep everything alive. God, this is frickin' master genius, man. That's awesome. But yeah, you get rid of all the carbon, every plant dies. Every plant dies. We have no oxygen. Every human dies. And that's what the green piece, gonna destroy shit. We gotta get rid of carbon. What? Yeah, want to kill everybody. That's their whole idea. Will basically kill every living thing on the frickin' planet. And that's what you're taught. Oh, gotta reduce carbon. You can't reduce carbon. If you use too much carbon, every plant dies, and then if every plant dies, humans have no oxygen. There's no oxygen in our atmosphere. We all suffocate. Yeah, okay. Now, ozone. Oh, yeah, there's an ozone. Ozone protects us from the ultraviolet stuff and bacterial shit from outer space and everything. Yeah, okay. We're not depleting ozone. It's bullshit. You get rid of all the carbon emissions, every plant on the planet. If there's no carbon on the planet and emissions, every plant will die. If every plant dies, there's no oxygen on the planet. Every human dies. Ooh, get it? It's that simple. And that's reality, kids. Go Google it and look it up. That's a simple explanation of it. Have to have carbon elements for plants to survive. The elements and the molecules and the atoms, that's what they breathe. Like we breathe oxygen, we breathe out carbon, the plants breathe that in like we do oxygen, and then they exhale from that carbon, they transform it through their systems into oxygen. It's a happy cycle between all the living plants and all the humans and all the living animals. Get rid of the carbon, plants die first, humans suffocate. Plants suffocate, and then we suffocate. Yeah, there's your, oh, gotta get rid of carbon. Retarded! Go look it up. You don't believe me? Look this shit up. I could show you the frickin', got an element chart and everything and how it all works. If you get rid of all the carbon, every plant will die. Every plant dies, every human dies, not from starvation. They will die very fast, much faster from no oxygen. They'll suffocate. Okay, now here's the mailbag. This is ozone. I said this is different. This is an ozone generator. It's not an air purifier. This is a tiny ozone generator, which it takes like 250,000 volts, run through a couple little tiny pins across the plate, and I guess this has a little fan in it. And it says by the instructions, don't drop it, don't bang it, don't beat it up, don't let it get wet, don't be in a room if it's airtight while this ozone generator is going. It will kill formaldehyde in the new homes, toilets, horizontal storage room, which is a closet, garage, air fresh, make air fresh to taste. Purify air. But this don't just make ozone. It actually, what they call it, it says is anion, which is an air purifier, static electricity air purifier, where it puts out ions that will hook up to the dust in the air, and then it neutralizes the balance from positive to negative, and it neutralizes the frickin' molecule of dust, or the particulate of dust, so it has no static electricity, and then it falls to the floor, and it lays on the floor. That's how them little ionizers work. It takes the dust. If you put an ionizer in the middle and put a beautiful white plate around it, an ionizer that works, look at, and depending how heavy duty one you fucking build or make, I've done it before, yeah, it'll be just covered with dust around it in a frickin' day with all the doors and windows shut. But it's not killing any bacteria or anything per se. Ozone kills bacteria. It kills pretty much, if it's in a heavy enough concentration, it kills insects. It can kill mice. It'll kill any insect. But it's got to be in really heavy duty concentrations, okay? It kills bacteria. I don't know if it kills viruses. I do believe there's been some studies that proves ozone in a correct quantity will even kill viruses. But you ain't gonna walk around, if you're afraid of coronavirus, walk around with a frickin' 120 volt battery pack and an ion generator, ozone generator around your neck. I've seen them, they make them. What's the point? There's still fresh air around your head. You're not in a sealed, if you're in a plastic bubble, yeah. But we're going to see if this thing works. It supposedly is an ozone generator. Ozone, I have a huge one that is from here on the end of my leg to here, at least, 1.5 feet long. as wide as my leg and this high, and it is a Super Duty ozone generator. And I put that in rooms if flooding, you get mold or something. That ozone will kill mold. It'll kill all of it if you get it in a heavy enough quantity. Okay? I used it because I had a mouse died underneath a cabinet and I couldn't get to it to get it out. And my bathroom was just the back one there. You couldn't stand to go in there. Dead mouse. And then it draws bacteria and bugs and rotten away. Ugh. Put the big old giant ozone generator I use for doing automobiles, for making them smell mini fresh and stuff. Ooh, that beautiful lightning. After a rainstorm and lightning hits, smell. That's ozone. When lightning hits and crashes to the ground, after that burst, it produces a crap ton of ozone. That's why if you get a lightning storm where lightning does hit the ground, even if you don't get much rain, you will notice the air is fresher. That's ozone, because lightning is like a billion volts, not 250,000 volts. In one shot, boy, it ionizes and ozones an area. One lightning bolt probably, if I looked it up, probably do about, at least 3/4 a square mile. One lightning bolt hitting the ground. Ozone. You can notice that's why it's always fresh air after a lightning storm. But now we're going to try and plug this in. I know this is a long one, this ain't a short. This is supposedly got a fan in, and it says the air comes in. Yeah, don't get it wet and everything, and it's just 240. It's either 110 to 240, so it's got a computer board in it. Yeah, and it says air purifier, ozone anion. Boom, boom, there's the info. We're going to see if it puts out ozone. I'll guarantee you, my big giant dog puts out ozone. Yeah, it's like a lunchbox. Yeah, you ain't going to be in a room with that thing running at all. The minute you plug it in, you get away. But you got to have oxygen coming in to the fan. It's a big fan force job. And you still have to have fresh air coming in. Otherwise, you ozone just the air and put it in the room. It runs out of oxygen in the molecules, and it can't keep adding. You have to have a fresh air coming in for an ozone generator to actually work correctly. You always have to have some fresh air coming in. So if you got a car and you're ozoning the piss out of it, and I always just put the door, open the door, lock, shut down everything, and leave one door open, kind of put it in with the door cocked, and with it inside the door open, and then just tape some plastic around it, but have the rear where it can bring in the oxygen to help make the ozone, and hanging outside the door, but seal the rest, but it's got fresh air coming in the whole time. Someday I'll show you my big ozone generator. It kicks butt, man. This stuff is awesome. This is total truth. But we're going to plug this guy in. I need a drink. But yeah, we have zero carbon emissions by 2030. What's all these freaking nutcase countries and cities that no carbon, zero carbon emissions? Well, then all the plants are going to die, and then they're going to suffocate, and then we're going to suffocate. I don't have a plug-in right handy because I'm using them where I can plug this in, so I got an extension cord. But we're going to see if this thing works. And I said 250,000 volts. I don't know if it has, it probably got a little small transformer in it. And it's not a rectifier. On the board, it will be just a bunch of super miniature diodes, like forward, reverse, or all forward, and then it's a ladder. I can't remember if they go plus back each direction, and you just make a ladder of diodes, and that keeps cranking. That'll bring up the voltage from 110 or 240 to 250,000, and it I can tell you all the specs, but that's how they do it. And that's all. It's got a little fan. We're going to plug it in. See how I'm going to plug it in. I might have to put my phone here and lean it That ain't working. Well, I only got 2 freaking hands. Okay, here, it's just, and it's 240 or 110, 120. We just plugged it in and it's flashing. It says it goes into state, and then well, that's my extension. That's 30 minutes of ozone on a timer. I'm going 60, and then this is like, I don't know, on off with 20 minutes and then a 20-minute off cycle, and this means ionizing. This means ionizing, which is, get dust out. Holy cannoli! This sumbitch is making ozone. I can smell it. I can smell it already. And, holy shit! 120 grams an hour of ozone it says this puts out at 2.5 watts. Oh, fuck, they're wrong. The fucking air comes in the top and ozone comes out the bottom. Holy shit. Oh, that shit will make my eyes water in a heartbeat. No, it's uncomfortable. Man, I said my big giant ozone generator, this little sumbitch worked. If I could get the cord to help stand it up. And the instructions said the inlet was on the bottom and ozone comes out the top. You hear it? It's got a little fan in it. Fresh air's going in the top. Oh, wow! This little sumbitch puts out some good ozone. I'll let it lay on its side. I'll show you that it's got a little fan. Let me light a cigarette. Wow! Oh yeah, that will make a difference in a room. I'm getting you a smoky tree here. I'm going to show you smoke. The instructions said it. The air comes in the bottom and the ozone comes out the top. Yeah, it's Chinese, and it says it'll take care of from. Oh, ozone's awesome. I got the AC and everything running. I'm trying to see which way it's got to be. Is it drawing air in? It's not drawing any smoke in either hole because I got the AC and everything running. But I'll tell you what, I can put my eyes and my nose, and I got my readers on because I was reading that little spec page. I can put my nose on the top. I can feel the airflow right there. And my eyes not doing anything. These holes here, oh, freaking ozone up the ass! I think they're underrating the ozone at 120 grams an hour. Woo, yeah, that baby, it'll make your eyes water if you sit in front of that thing for 30 seconds, close like I would. It'll make your eyes water. That baby is an ozone generator. Yeah, it says in the directions, and stuff, you turn this stuff, when you turn it on in a room with the doors closed, let it run for 60 minutes off. Do not be in the room while you're using it as an ozone generator because it's very uncomfortable to humans and everything else that's alive, because ozone will basically kill every frickin' bacteria. I'll check on viruses. I don't know if it'll kill a virus. I gotta splice these together. My phone cut off because it freaking didn't go to the SD card and went to internal storage again because, yeah. And I forgot to check first. So I ran out of space. So I'm doing, but when I dropped it and banged it, it said, the directions, don't beat it up too bad. I think I might have broke the frickin', there is a little fan in there. Little tiny thing. I think I might have broke the fan. It smacked and hit the camera pretty hard, and I think it jarred enough. I'm going to have to put the phone down here for a second, like this. Stand it up. Try to stand it up. I need an extra hand. Yeah, okay. I think I might have broke the fan in it. Now it's lighting up, like it's supposed to. But if I turn on the power, it's still making ozone like a big dog, but the little fan ain't running. See, I guess you shouldn't use an extension cord and bang it around on the freaking counter. Hear it now? Totally quiet, no fan. And I can look down in there, and yeah, there's a little tiny fan that's not spinning anymore. But I tell you what, it's making ozone like a sumbitch. The fan don't matter. The air comes in through the top, it's drawn in. When you got an ozone generator, you don't actually need a fan because it's just molecular static charge or whatever. It'll circle. Fan, just a gimmick. You don't need one. Oh, there it is. Now it turned on. Hear it? I didn't break it. Wow, you don't need the fan. This baby puts out ozone, man. So far, I'm going to give this thing, without breaking it, I think it was like $15 or $18. Wow, it puts out ozone. This is awesome. Yeah, I get my face up to it. Yeah. It'll make my eyeballs water in a freaking 5 seconds. Just out there, but it draws air in here, there. It don't even really need the fan. Even when the fan didn't work there for a little bit, must have smacked it hard enough it had to reset or something. Oh yeah, and you can smell it. I can smell it. I'm back 3 feet. This puppy, and it says only 120 grams of ozone an hour. I said my big dog's like over 2,000 or 3,000. I think this thing's probably closer to 300 grams an hour. Yeah, you don't. Ozone won't kill you or anything, but I said, it'll make your eyes water and shit that's why you're supposed to let them run when you're gone. And then it'll be all mini. That's what they use, the big ones, for all your hotel rooms and stuff. You know, if you walk in and it smells like a freaking hospital operating room, the smell is, they use ozone generators and they put them in there for an hour or two if they got to wear, and yeah, and that's where you get that mini fresh lightning strike smell. But if you got it right in your face, like I'm doing right here, oh, it's not comfortable. Wow, I think this is way over 120 grams of ozone. Don't worry, it won't kill you unless you're in it constantly. But wow, this thing works. There's the name. And you don't look up air freshener, you look up ozone, portable ozone generator. I got it off eBay. Wow, this baby works. Man, woohoo! That's what I want. Yeah, and if I want it to get dust out of there, like them little tiny things seem to be helping. I got one in here, but it's humid and warm. But yeah, these are just the ionizer that is flashing. You know, it runs for a while and on and off. But ozone's different, and ozone will drop all the dust and dirt out of the air too, man. Whew. Wow, I gotta do that one more time. I'm a sucker. I'm a glutton for punishment. Oh yeah. Woo! This puppy, I'm sure this is over 120 grams an hour of ozone. If you put that in the, I'm gonna puff on a cigarette. Well, it don't really smell in any of my rooms bad though. Wow. Boy, that thing works. You can get these that are like battery charger, USB chargeable, you can put in the refrigerator. And they'll run like, 10 minutes every hour. You put them in your fridge and they look like a big lemon or a lime. And they'll last for like 2 or 3 weeks before you got to recharge them again. And all your fresh fruit and stuff, everything in there, and no odors in your fridge. You don't need Arm & Hammer baking soda in the fridge anymore. Put one of them back in the corner. Yeah, and it just pumps ozone. And ozone does not hurt food or anything. It kills bacteria. Your food, they said, like fresh fruit and vegetables and stuff last 2-3 times longer if you put one of these cordless ones. Xiaomi makes one, a refrigerator rechargeable lemon, or lime they call it, and it's a ball about the size of the top of that. Yeah, it'll run for like 3 weeks to a month, just on and off in shots in your refrigerator, and put out ozone. And said, they said it's amazing, but it's like 45 or 50 bucks now because everybody wants them. But this brand, I'm sure, makes a refrigerator ozone generator bacteria killer too. If you go, I tell you, it works. This thing's working. I'll see if I can find a link from Big Clive to show you how ozone generators work compared to what ionizer is. Alright? But yeah, I'm going to splice this together because it shut off. And I thought I broke the fan. But you can hear it. It just took a hit. It had to reset, apparently. Oh, wow, is that...